What's up, fam? Back with another one. Today we're going to be doing beef ribs. And this time, we're going to do whole beef ribs. I made a video a little while ago where the supermarket had cut up the beef ribs. But today, we're going to be doing big whole beef ribs. So, stay tuned. So, for these ribs today, we're going to keep it simple with the rub. We're going to just do a 1/3 cup of salt. Let's set that right there. And then I'm gonna do equal parts of pepper. Today we're gonna be cooking on 250, so whether you have your smoker or your oven, whatever you're going to use, go ahead and put it on, set it for 250 or get your temp to 250. We're going to also do a tablespoon of garlic and then mix that up. So that's how it's going to. Just make sure you get all the way down there. So before we get our binder or anything on there, we'll have to go clean that off, and then we're going to, during the cooking process, it will get rid of some of this fat, but it's not going to get rid of all of it. So things like this we want to go ahead and get rid of. We don't need this here. This is a whole bunch of nothing when you're cooking. You just want to kind of get under there. Don't want to try to cut. So basically, when you're doing this, you want to try to cut the least amount of meat as possible. You just want to kind of get under this. You're not probably going to get everything, but just get the real fatty parts out of there. So, depending on how thick it is how long it's gonna be in there. So, like I said, I'm cooking mine low and slow, so I'm thinking at least like 7 hours it'll probably be in there, give or take. You can also choose whether you want to wrap it or not. So, if you wrap it, some people wrap it about 5 hours. I kind of go by the look of mine when I get that bark the way I want it to be. That's also known as silver skin. I'm gonna get in here. See how we got a big kind of layer of fat right here. Just kind of get rid of most of that. Because like I said, it's not gonna really do anything for you. It's not like you're gonna eat all that fat. The more and more you start trimming things, the more you'll get comfortable. Like I said, you don't want to try to get all of it, because you keep going at it and you'll end up, cutting all the meat out. But most of this is just fat. You got little slivers of meat in there. That one a little bit more, but yeah. When you get done, you want to have a majority of that fat out. On the back, we're basically gonna get in here and take this membrane out. Take your paper towel and just get under here and just rip this. So sometimes you might have to kind of cut it a little bit to kind of help it. Just kind of cut right on top of those bones. Sometimes it won't cooperate with you. Stick a knife under it. So this is what your ribs, the back of your ribs will look at. Well, the bone side of your ribs will look like once you take that membrane off. So now we're gonna get to go ahead and season this right, and then we'll get the other one ready. So stay tuned. Today we'll just be using some hot sauce as a binder. So we're gonna get that on there. And we'll go ahead and season it since it's already on this side. And this is just a binder. It's not going to affect the taste of your meat. It's not going to make it hot or anything. It's just a binder. let's get on to the next one. We'll get back to it. And so now we have both completely seasoned, ready to go into the smoker. So follow me. For our spritz, we're going to use 4 tablespoons of butter, put that in the microwave and melt that. Put some garlic. This is basically garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt. Just mix that around real quick. After that, all you need is really like a half a cup of your beef broth, just enough to get a little spritz, and we don't need to use a whole bunch. But let's check out the ribs. So it's been about 6 hours. We're going to look at it. That's exactly how long that bar. You see how it's pulling back from the bones. That's exactly what we want. Now, we're going to take these to 203. Here's where you choose whether you want to wrap them or not. If you want them done faster, wrap. If not, then leave them wrapped. Leave them unwrapped. It'll just take longer to get to 203. So give you a better look. So you can see how the bone has pulled back from the meat. You also see how before, we had a big slab of meat. That all that's gonna get cooked down to where now we're going from being, maybe 5 or 6 inches wide to now about 3 to 4 inches wide. Like we lost a good 2 inches of width on here. And then also you see it on this one. So what we're gonna do now is, like I said, we got our bark how we want to. You'll see it firm. Basically, when your bark is right when you can basically rub your finger across and you're not getting seasoning on it. See, all I'm getting is basically a little crispy flakes. That's where you want it at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this in some butcher paper. So let me grab that and we'll be right back. All right, so now that you got your butcher paper, your peach paper, all the same, you can also do it in aluminum foil. The reason why I don't like doing a lot of like my beef and other things in foil is because I feel like it messes up the bark, and you want a nice bark. So aluminum foil, I feel like it'll cook it a little bit faster, but hey, I'll wait just to make it that much better. So let's go ahead and fold this a little bit just so we have double protection. And what we're gonna do is take you some butter. You need to do squeeze butter, spread, whatever. Just get you some butter. This over here. Take your spritz. Just a little bit right over the top. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that, flip that over. You always want it so it's tucked in on the bottom so it stays shut. Now, we're gonna do the same to the next rack and then we'll see you back out there. So now that we got them both racked up, what we can also do is turn it up to 300 because we don't need any more smoke. What we need now is just to get it to temp. So stick your thermometer in there. So what we're gonna do, try to stay away from the bone. And put your thermometer in there. We're gonna go until it's at 203, and then we're gonna take them off and let them rest for a little bit. So this has been resting. I usually tell people to put it in the cooler, dry cooler while it's resting. That'll be best case scenario. I know not all the time does everybody have one available, so and as you can see, this bone just take you a knife. See all that juice just running out. Get the back focus. That's just, and you see how it's just trying to fall off that bone. I mean, smoke ring, everything. That's how you want your beef ribs to be.
Just falling off the bone. This is amazing.
And just like that, you have juicy beef ribs. Man, it's so tender. It took us about 8 hours for this cook. It's well worth it. Next week, we'll be back with the meals under 25, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, if you got any ideas, any suggestions, always comment, reach out. Hey, I love hearing from you guys. And like always, like and subscribe. Until next time.